Hello and welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to talk a little bit about how to make a podcast. Now I'm not going to get into a lot of the technical details of how to make a really professional podcast. This is kind of looking at it from a basic level. But even still, it's possible with the tools available online to make a decent podcast as an amateur that sounds really good. So the first thing you need, first of all, I should say there are many different ways of doing this, many different pieces of software, many different ways of recording and hosting a podcast. I'm just going to show you what I use. I've got two podcasts at the moment. I've just started them recently, but it's quite a simple process. And this first thing I'm going to show you is something that really helps the simplicity of the process, which is Audacity. So you can go to Audacity, just Google, download Audacity. You have it here. And you can download it for free. It's a very easy to use recorder, really, and editor, sound editor. So I have one here already. So this is Audacity is open. There's the little symbol is... You can see the little symbol up here. And Audacity is it's a tool to record audio and then to edit it. And the editing is useful, as you can imagine. So let's just do a sample. Record it, you just click the red button. That's all you do. And if you have a mic connected, you could record from the mic on your laptop or tablet or whatever you're using. Or I'm using a particular a mic that I bought online. And it's a little bit better quality. But a good mic does help. So I've just coughed there on purpose because later on we're going to have a look at how we can take out stuff that we don't want. So as I said, as I'm recording stuff here. And let's just imagine we have enough there. So I'm just going to stop it. And that stopped. So you can see my voice. My voice is represented on the screen in these ups and downs. That's recorded in stereo. So each of these little symbols, I suppose, you can see a visual representation of my voice. So you can play it back as well. I'm just going to hold the mic to the speaker and you can hear. Record it, you just click the red button. That's all you do. And if you have a mic, so you can play this back. You can move back and forward, and you can jump up, forward, and back on the whatever you've recorded. So let's just have a look at how to take something out. So this, I think, is the cough. You can often see, again, the visual representation helps you see where different parts of what you've recorded are. So let's just play it and see. So I've just coughed there. Yeah, so I don't know if you could hear that, but that was the cough. So I want to take out that cough. You don't want to cough in your podcast. So what you do is you can go to this tool up here. So you see at the top left, this little eye. You click on the eye. And then you click on one side and drag it across until you find the whole part that you want to delete. And then just press delete on your keyboard. That's all. So it's remarkably easy. Anything you don't want, you just delete it. So you can listen, spot what you don't like, delete, and Audacity knits it all together. So it's quite a neat little tool. So like any word processor or anything on the internet, on a computer, you can delete stuff, you can cut and paste. So you could cut this part out. So again, you just highlight it, go up to edit. You go cut it. And if you want to put that in up here, you can just again click in here and go to paste. So you can move stuff around as well. So it's all very easy. So the next thing is, well, there's a lot of things that you can do. The best thing to do is, this is how I've learned it, is again online on YouTube. There's a little series of tutorials, online tutorials. You could just search on YouTube for Audacity for Podcasters, and you've got a series of little videos there, 1 to 9, 1 to 10, and it shows you around a lot of the tools of Audacity, and shows you how to change the volume and the taking out mistakes, how to edit it, how to take out the noise. You can reduce the noise as well, background hiss. You can increase the amplification as well. So you can do a lot of different things. So that's what I would do if you really wanted to dive into it. That's just search for Audacity for Podcasters on YouTube. So if we go back to our recording, you can also add music. You can add different tracks. So what I would do at the beginning of a podcast is you'd like to have an intro, a little bit of music for intro. So here what you would do is, again, you go to File, and you will go to Import. Now here, well, let's talk briefly about music first of all. So you can't just use any music you like. You can't use you can't use a Beyonce song if you want, or Lady Gaga or whoever. You can't just take a song from the internet and use it on your podcast, because there's copyright. It's copyright protected. So you can go to Free Music Archive instead, freemusicarchive.org. And here there's music under the Creative Commons. So Creative Commons license means that generally, and you can search for the Free Music Archive. Generally, what I did was I searched for Latin music, because I was doing a podcast in Spanish language podcast for teaching Spanish. And so you've got some Latin music here. So they're all songs, and you can listen to them. Let's just listen to one. Yeah, so it takes a little bit of time to come through, but so you can listen, and then you can see what you like, and you can download it. They're all free. You can use them freely. You don't have to pay copyright. The deal really is you're supposed to just acknowledge the title and the artist when you use it. So you acknowledge that maybe on a blog or even on the podcast itself. So this is one that I have one already that I used in a different podcast. So again, what you do if you want to put a bit of music on it is you go to File, and you go to Import Audio. And here is one that I had earlier. So this is the one I had. This is one I got from Free Music Archive. So this is our recording here. And this is the music. So of course we don't want all of this music. This is way too much. We just want an intro. We just want an introduction. So you can just delete a lot of this. Just take a lot of it out. You don't need it. And delete. So another thing with Audacity is you can zoom in. Zoom in. Helps you to see it in more detail. So here we want it to start at the beginning, so we just want to delete the first noise part of it. So what you're going to do, I'll just play this and you can hear what's going to happen. You're going to hear the music and the voice together. Now what we don't want actually is the music and the voice together, because the music generally is louder than the voice and it kind of drowns it out. So we have this tool. You can again highlight the music and go to Effect, and there's loads of effects here. I haven't used half of them, but there's one useful one. It's a fade out here at the beginning. Fade out, so that you can see that the music starts off loud and it fades out. So let's just play it and see how it sounds. Record it. You just click the red button. That's all you do. And if you have a mic connected, you could record from them. So you could hear there that the music and the music just tapers off a little bit as the voice comes in. And you can play around with that. That's not finished by any means. But so what you can actually do as well is use this. This is a useful tool up here. If you see the horizontal arrows, and you click on this, you can move it. It's called a time shift. You can move that forward in time or back in time. You can just slide it forward so the music comes in first, and then just as the music is fading out, the voice comes in. So you have a little bit of voice, a little bit of music at the same time. So that's all explained in the YouTube tutorials. But the music is always just have a little bit of music at the beginning. 5 or 10 seconds at the beginning is a nice way to introduce it. Nice way to introduce a podcast. So finally, if you've finished what you're doing, you go to, well, you can save the project, but that saves the project as an Audacity file. And that's not really that useful to you. It's useful to keep it on your hard drive, but it's not useful if you want to use it as a podcast. So you can save the project, and that you can keep that in your hard drive. But really you want to save it as an MP3. So you go to export as MP3. I'll just put it on my desktop here. And I'll just call it recording. So you save it. Now actually this is, for an MP3, it asks you to put in some details. So you can put in your name, you can put in the title, etc. You can just so it saves it as an MP3. It's now on my desktop, and that is a podcast. That's basically a podcast. And a podcast is really just a voice recording of something. It can be something as simple as just one person talking with a little bit of music beforehand. You don't even need the music. So with that MP3, you can put it on Moodle. You can put it on a blog. You can put it in any VLE that you have. You can put it in Google Classroom. You can put it in Teams, whatever you like. Most of these have a way of embedding audio in them. But what you can also do is just make it available in general on the internet. And the one I use, so what you need is a host. Now there's loads of them out there. The one I use is Anchor. It's free and it's easy. And this is my dashboard of one of my podcasts that I'm doing at the moment. It's called Listening to Spanish. And you go to Anchor, you sign up, and then it takes you through. Again, it's all very simple. It takes you through the way of giving you a visual. Give you the visual here. You have a choice of different visuals to represent your podcast. And once you're ready, you just click new episode. And here then you click to upload or drop the audio. So you just click that. You find the MP3 on your desktop. So desktop, anyway, you find it down here somewhere. It's down there. And then we don't need to do it now, but you can find the MP3, upload it, you write a little bit of information about it and save the episode. And then you have it on the internet as well. So it also gives you an embedding code. If you just very quickly, we can just see here. These are the different episodes. So it gives you an embedding code. You can copy the embedding code and you can put it in any VLE or anywhere you like. Or this is a link as well. So that's really so accompanying this video will be a little document to say, just to explain exactly what I said here and give you some links. But that's the basics. They're the basics of the podcast. If anyone has any questions, lorcanmcnamee@msletb.ie. I'd be happy to answer. Thanks for watching.